long-awaited IKEA kitchen assembly time. The big cabinets, casements have been in for ages, but the drawers and the doors and stuff, that's all been in storage in the bathroom for months and months. So today I've got my little helper here. Is that what you're called?
Yes.
Kel's here, which is really exciting.
I've blocked myself in the room. I'm just excited to get on with it.
Lucky I'm not paying her.
We are childless for a week. My parents have kindly given us some time together to finish up the last of the jobs to get this boat ready to go in the water and to move on board with the kids.
I designed this kitchen ages ago and bought all the bits. And I'm pleased I did that because we had all the cabinets and it led to the layout we've got and it was important. But since then, I've put the batteries in the electric compartment behind there. So this used to be a 60 deep unit, it's now a 43 deep custom unit, but IKEA do a 37. So I can take all the 60 bits, return those and replace them with 37 bits and it will almost fill up the space. And originally also we had a load of drawers under the sink, but we're now thinking cupboard doors might be better there, aren't we? Because IKEA, it's within a year, so we can return everything with IKEA. It's all still boxed, it's a bit dusty, but so we're going to go on a trip to IKEA in a bit. But before we go, we've got to formulate a plan. It may even involve writing a list. The complication here is that to make this IKEA hack work, we've got to put on catches that when the boat's rocking and rolling, the drawers aren't going to open. Where you sort of go, and it pushes that. You see that? Push that lock out. Without this, if it was just a flat panel, then that could go there nicely, and not look like, not look out of place.
The drawer fronts that we had lovingly chosen some time ago needed to be returned and replaced with something that would work well with the new catches. To IKEA we go!
It's like one of the really old kitchens, which we definitely don't
Got a
sell
headache.
anymore.
IKEA headache.
We thought, like, let's just make things a bit harder. Let's make things more complex than they need to be. So we've gone for the basic, it's the most simple, plain, boring door, so we can fit the catches I've bought on them, but we can fit any catch onto those, it's going to be easiest. And then eventually, if we ever want to, we can repaint the doors. So I'm happy.
There we go. That's the story. Remember that mouldy bit that Tilly and I discovered the other week at the head of our bed? Well, Hugh is removing the panel so that we can clean and paint it.
You know when you like pull a loose thread on a jumper and all of a sudden you start unraveling the whole thing? Well, I just thought I'd just take a little tiny bit of laminate off that was lifting up, and now I'm in the middle of decided to take all the laminate off and repaint the whole thing. Don't tell Hugh. But it's okay, I'm going to pull it all off, just those bits, flat surface bits. I'm not going to do the walls, and then I'm going to sand it and paint it, and I think it'll be much better for it. My plan to not do the vertical sections didn't work out. I just thought I'd just pull a little bit, see where it got me, and it got me here.
Hello again. I've got so many leftover little bits of plumbing from the last few boats. That's all my push fit stuff, all those junctions. I've thrown away a lot of the pipe, but these are useful because they're expensive and that's things like that are really useful. And then there's lots of bits. Anyway, I've got them all out. Open the water tanks up. Yeah, the pump. I've got a couple of bits to buy. Just buy an expansion vessel. I thought I needed some pre-filters, but I've got these things. But I've basically got to work through all these bits and work out how the water is going to get from the tank to the sink. Compared to the loft garden yesterday, the access in here is easy. And I mean that, like I'm not exaggerating. Yesterday was awful. Whereas today, I just had to line up this while I'm drilling. Got loads of plumbing done yesterday. That's the filler for the tank, and that's the air vent for the tank. That goes up, it's all connected on the bottom end. This is the outlet for the kitchen galley sink. It's going to go straight overboard, and that comes up here, goes to the bottom of the thing, and I'm now just putting in the feed for the galley sink. So there's going to be two of these coming up for hot and cold, which go to here, for where the sink is. Attach the tanks to the pre-filter, which then goes to the pump, which then goes to the pressure vessel, which then plumbs into the domestic plumbing circuit. after which are all still existing, pre-existing, I haven't touched it, so I'm just going to plug that back in. So the shower on the back deck, if we ever want that, and the aft cabin's all connected, and then I'll just plumb this in as well, so we'll have the water here. So hopefully, it's Wednesday now, but hopefully by the end of the week we'll be turning on tap and it'll be pouring out. We shall see.
More evidence of this is a boat, so this job's going to take a lot longer than you thought. Kind of going quite well, thinking, oh yeah, I can get this bedroom finished this week, and then one of the panels falls down and it's all mouldy and needs replacing, and that just adds a lot of time to the job. Hugh reckons it's going to add another couple of days, and I don't know, it's just demoralising sometimes, but just do what you can do. That's all you can do.
So there's a bit of a big stress today. On Monday, the P bracket arrived and I didn't do much of the filming. Basically, cut a long story short, the P bracket is not right. We copied the original one and just extended it basically. And the extending it has just brought up and highlighted how much the original one was out. So I had a big panic, big sort of about it all. The engineers here explained what we need to do, they came up with a solution. Ended up finding the best way to do it, the quickest way I felt comfortable with, and I put it straight in the post and sent it back to Kelly's cousin Dan, and that was all on Monday. Tuesday it arrived with him. He spent an hour putting it on the machine and has reworked the P bracket, and then it's hopefully going to arrive before 12 o'clock today. This is now Wednesday. Thursday's the last day they can do anything with it because Friday is bank holiday, and Tuesday and Monday's bank holiday, and Tuesday's when I'm supposed to be going in theory. So it's a bit like, whew. New P brackets arrived courtesy of Dan, who's been absolutely awesome. Turn this round in a matter of moments for us. Can't remember how I packed this up and how he's there for subsequent. It's at the top. Just been seeing the engineers on site, Carl and Alan. They're going to pop over fairly shortly, which is great. Great of them to come. Not much notice. Have a look at this. It's the most exciting unboxing. That's what YouTube's all about, isn't it? Unboxing videos. Recognise this? A bit of bed. The bed's just been to Cornwall and back. Oh, there you go, look at that. So that's what we've done. Taken off that triangle there, which is going to help get it on and off more easily. And then that's how thick this side was before. You see how much has come off on that side. And then this plate's going to end up being here. And hopefully, the whole thing's going to go back in. Like that. But I'll wait for the boys to get here.
Looks like a better job though, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but you can see how where the tube's sitting naturally, it's nowhere near it. But all I can do is hope that they were right. I'm sure they were. They've got to know the business. Like Alan, who's an old boy who's done this for years. He's walked up, touched our prop shaft when that's wrong. He just felt it and knew it. You know, it's a real instinct thing. He's done this for donkey's years, so he knows what I don't know. So hopefully they come down a bit and put all my miseries away in a little box and send them off packing. Alan and Carl have just left, and thank beep the P bracket is now correct and its alignment's good. I think the ultimate, like the final test, is that you can just spin it freely by hand when everything's connected up, and they can do that, so they're happy. So Alan's taken the P bracket back to the workshop. He's going to put the rope cutter on it, and he's going to put the packing plate, fix it all together, get it all lined up, ready to go, and then come back and fit our assembly. And on part of that as well, they're also going to put together and assemble our propeller. I've just spent the last 20 minutes cleaning out the propeller. It's so cool, this bit of kit. All these amazing moving parts. You know, the whole thing was absolutely coated in this green grease. The engineers have said before they can put it back on, reassemble it, they want the whole thing cleaned up. All over it, it's got these beautiful tiny little numbers, you see, etched on, like number 2, and you see that, all the alphabet on there. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I thought I'd save myself whatever it is, like 60 quid an hour plus, and I'll do the cleaning myself, and then do that. And then hopefully when they put the rope cutter on and the V-bracket back on, after that they can put the prop back on. And I'm going to watch them and learn a few things. But fingers crossed everything's there, but there's like tiny little fiddly things and lots of them, and it was Andy who took it apart, and he's usually really great at labelling everything up and putting it all away properly. So hopefully everything's here, but the problem is it's been on a box outside for a long time, and I haven't looked after that as well as I should have done. But I don't think anything's ever fallen out of it, but I'm a little bit nervous, so hopefully.
The lockers under our bed are not very accessible. And it was also our thinking that by allowing air to circulate better within them, it would help stop mould and smells. Hugh cut away the old panel and was delighted that some of the old bits that he had saved from our last boat build fitted perfectly. It's almost like that they had been made for the purpose.
Got a little router here because it's really important to make the bits that no one's ever going to see look good.
Hello. Oh, they're here again. It's been a good morning. The P bracket, rope cutter, propeller are all on, all finished. The boat could go in the water. Done. I'm just in here, as you can tell. Just past this. Just put in. This is the water pump. This is the accumulator pressure vessel. The tank's fully connected here. All the lids are back on. It took a long time yesterday. All I'm going to do is put the sink in and just connect it once the work surface is on. And then I've got tank to connect to the filter to the pump via the accumulator to the colorifier and to the system. So all that is probably a couple of 2-3 hours work to get the rest of the plumbing commissioned, which I can do at any point today. It's good, it's all good, but I'm getting a little bit cramped.
Just put this bit on. I want to drop the worktop in. I mean the hob in. I can't find the hob. I'm not even I literally, it's not in the box. Oh wait. I've been looking for it. I won't tell you how long I've been looking. There it is. That's why it wasn't in the box. It's under the box.
This was my absolute favourite part of the project to date. It instantly turned a building site into the makings of a home. I am in love.
Just doing some work on the boom. Is that what you wanted? Something really, like a little cool soundbite like that?
Yeah,
We're just putting the boom back on, Cal. It's all floating in the minute in the air.
it's the last job.
Can we get that through here? That through there. And we'll get on the laser jacks. What are you doing, Cal?
Just cleaning all of the muck off the sail bag. A few spiders' webs, bit of a dust thing going on. And then we're going to put the sail up. There's no wind today.
We're going to hank on the mainsail, get the reaping lines in, as much as anything, just so we've got somewhere to store the sail, because it's bloody massive. But we need to get the foot of the sail into the track on the boom first, which means running that along the boom. So I'm going to somehow lay the sail down almost over the side of the boat, but I think we'll have to, we'll work this out. It's a bit of a conundrum.
Errors were made. We should have battened the sail before putting it on the boom. The wind then started to pick up, so we took down the sail pretty sharpish and just stowed it in the bag as best we could. The pace had to pick up this week, and help was on hand in the form of Kelvin. He and I were gigging close to the boat, so he came down to stay and to lend a hand. I'm sure he didn't expect that his first job would be making the bed that he was going to sleep in that night. But then again, he knows us quite well now, so I don't think anything really surprises him.
It's quite late. Kelly's out gigging with Kelvin. They won't get back till midnight or so. So not much point me going to bed because they'll wake me up anyway. So I've cracked on and got a couple of things done. That whirring you can hear behind me is the fridge. That's the original 12 volt, 24 volt fridge that came with Esperance. For the moment we're going to use that, keep it in. Eventually we're going to have the big deep freezer underneath and a proper domestic fridge. Reason being is that capacity is about 70 litres, something like that, 75. Whereas we can get up to basically double that with a domestic fridge in there. But it is a pretty cool fridge freezer. Anyway, it took me a long faff to get it in. Ended up having an extra IKEA unit left over, made of parts of other IKEA units, and I've sort of wedged it in. So I spent a lot of time faffing, cutting up IKEA units, and got it in, which is cool. But I've just put the whole room together, so when Kelly and Kevin get back, it looks nice and shiny. I've even put the induction hob in. I was getting grumpy with Kelly earlier, and there's a chance I'm a little bit stressed. So I'm a man, so I don't say sorry, so I just do this instead. I've also made Kelvin a bed. But yeah, that bed should be more comfortable than our bed because it's even got the topper on it. It's nearly midnight. I'm gonna get ready for bed because I'm sure the guys will be here soon. Good night all. Bye. We are so close. I've got our list. I'm just gonna do a quick rattle through. Seacocks and log impeller, done those. Obviously I will actually check those as it goes in the water as well. I'm going to put like an extra one on that. Stern cleats done, centre cleats done, main sheet track done, wiring loom, secure cockpit, all that's done. All the rigging's done, the boom is back on, sails on, except we need to put 2 of the sails into the boat still. There's a tiny bit more there to do. Fit propeller, that's done, finished. Never did that, it's not essential, I may still do it. All of that is done, all that's done. Piano is completely secure. Bilge pumps are reconnected and working, except there's one check on that, but that's fine. Sofa isn't secure. There you go, so I've still got to do that. Sails stored, done that. Dismantle the stairs, we're going to do that today. Tidy away the last timber, we're going to do that today. Fenders are back on board. The rope locker's full. We need to sort out insurance and sea start. We are so super close. We are having a big sort out. And we found my old list on the wall, of jobs list. I had no idea what was involved in this project. I've learned a few things since then. Anyway. Donation to my boat friends.
Goodbye, staircase. You have served us well. One chapter is ending and another one is just about to begin.